Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. The truth can be stranger than fiction, as the saying goes, and that certainly appears to be the case when it comes to celebrity secrets. For example, can you name the famous person who has slept with a ghost? Or how about that famous singer who was born with 4 nipples? To learn crazy unknown facts about famous people, watch this video to the end. Before we dive in, kindly subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell. Let's get started. The lion-taming Christopher Walken. Many celebrities used to have all kinds of interesting jobs before they landed it big in Hollywood. But Christopher Walken probably had the most extraordinary job of all. At the age of 16, Walken worked as a lion tamer in a circus during the summer. He also used to dance in a nightclub and even starred in one of Madonna's music videos. Dwayne Johnson's selfie record. During a San Andreas film premiere in London, The Rock set a record. He took 105 selfies in 3 minutes taking photos with his fans. It's worth noting that he beat his own previous record, 75 photos in 3 minutes. The Guinness Book of Records judge confirmed that the images were of good quality and the faces in them were recognizable. The actor said he was a true selfie fan. Jason Statham's sports career. Before he conquered Hollywood, Jason Statham was a street vendor, model, and street theater actor. But Statham's real passion was diving. He was a member of Britain's national swimming squad for 12 years, and even took part in competitions. Gemma Artertons' 6th finger. Gemma Arterton was born with 6 fingers on each hand. She said, "It's my little oddity that I'm really proud of. People are really interested but repulsed at the same time. My dad had them, and my granddad. I feel like we're one step ahead, a sign of things to come." Emily Blunt's stutter. Emily Blunt had a stutter as a child, and, funnily enough, it was acting that cured her of it. Emily said, "I try to push the words out, but it was frustrating. My parents took me to speech coaches and relaxation coaches. It didn't work. Then one of my teachers at school had a brilliant idea and said, 'Why don't you speak in an accent in our school play?' I distanced myself from me through this character, and it was so freeing that my stuttering stopped when I was on stage. It was really a miracle." Footballer Matt Smith. Former Doctor Who star Matt Smith was well on his way to being a professional footballer, and had played for the youth team of Nottingham Forest when he got a serious back injury. When he couldn't play anymore, his drama teacher encouraged him to sign up for the school play. Football's loss was TV's gain. Jack Nicholson's switch of parents. Jack Nicholson's sister was actually his mother, and his parents were actually his grandparents. Sound confusing? After Jack's mother got pregnant, her parents offered to bring the child as their own so his mom could pursue a career in dancing. Nicole Kidman phobia of butterflies. Nicole Kidman is scared of butterflies. The actress said, "I have tried to get over it. I walked into the big butterfly cage at the American Museum of Natural History and had the butterflies on me, but that didn't work. I jump out of planes, I could be covered in cockroaches, I do all sorts of things, but I just don't like the feel of butterflies' bodies." Harrison Ford landing the role of Han Solo by sheer dumb luck. You don't think of the original Star Wars without thinking of the hunky Harrison Ford as Han Solo. But he almost didn't get the role. Star Wars creator George Lucas hired Harrison Ford, then a carpenter, to build some cabinets in his home. But the director wasn't just impressed by the star's woodwork skills, and got Harrison to read lines for the actors auditioning for parts in his new film, Star Wars. Despite hundreds of people competing for the role, Lucas decided Harrison was actually the best person for the part. Rihanna, the Army Cadet. Rihanna was an Army cadet that trained with the Barbadian military, and fellow singer Chantel was her drill sergeant. Johnny Depp fear of clowns. Johnny Depp suffers from coulrophobia, a fear of clowns. "I have this fear of clowns, so I think that if I surround myself with them, it will ward off all evil," the actor revealed. George Clooney Bell palsy. George Clooney developed Bell palsy for a year during middle school. He said, "That was the worst time of my life. You know how cruel kids can be. I was mocked and taunted, but the experience made me stronger." Priest Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise wanted to become a Catholic priest and even attended a Franciscan seminary, aged 14, before famously converting to Scientology. The over-handsome Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt's Toyota adverts were banned in Malaysia after the country's deputy information minister ruled that the actor's handsome appearance may make Malaysian countrymen feel inferior. "Why must we use their faces in our advertisements?" asked Zainuddin Maidin. "Aren't our own people handsome enough?" The noble family, Jake Gyllenhaal, and his sister Maggie Gyllenhaal for that matter, is a descendant of the Swedish noble Gyllenhaal family. The prefix of the family surname, Gyllen, means golden and was given to ennobled soldiers during the 17th century in Sweden. Dr. Ruth, the trained sniper, famous sex therapist Dr. Ruth Westheimer may teach you a trick or two about spicing up your love life, but did you know she could also probably blow your brains out from 400 yards away? She was sniper in the Israeli army during the early formation of the state. Also, she was apparently an excellent shot. Lieutenant Colonel Rob Riggle of the Marines. Comedian Rob Riggle could probably make you pee your pants laughing, but he could also make you pee your pants in fear. Before The Daily Show and 21 Jump Street, Riggle was in the U.S. Marine Corps for over 20 years. He served in Liberia, Kosovo, and Afghanistan as he rose through the ranks to lieutenant colonel. Chris Kirkpatrick failed audition of Backstreet Boys. Did you know that NSYNC's existence totally depended on the failed audition for the Backstreet Boys? Chris Kirkpatrick had tried out for the edgy member of the group, which ultimately went to AJ. But infamous manager Lou Pearlman wasn't done with Kirkpatrick yet. He asked him to find a bunch of guys for another group, and just like that, NSYNC was born. Madonna use of a $600 face mask on her butt. Oh, Madonna. This figure of greatness launched a skincare line called mDNA Skin, and it includes a clay mask that somehow comes with a magnetic wand with which to remove it. The cost of this is $600, but that's less shocking than what Madonna herself actually does with the mask. She wears it on her butt. "Don't you want soft skin on your butt?" she reportedly responded when questioned by reporters. Funeral director Angelina Jolie. Although today she portrays a much different persona than her younger, darker years, it's still a stretch to think of Angelina Jolie as a funeral home director, which at one point in time was her occupation of choice. According to an interview with 60 Minutes, she said, "It sounds like this very strange, eccentric, dark thing to do, but in fact I lost my grandfather and was very upset with his funeral. How somebody passes and how family deals with this passing and what death is should be addressed in a different way. If this whole acting thing didn't work out, that was going to be my path." Elvis Presley twin brother. 35 minutes before Elvis Presley was born, his mother gave birth to his stillborn identical twin. Throughout his life, Presley believed his brother was a spiritual guide, referring to him as his original bodyguard. Long-lost siblings. Ryan Gosling and Justin Timberlake were once basically brothers. As kids, they starred on The Mickey Mouse Show, and Timberlake's mom was once Gosling's legal guardian for 6 months, during filming while the Canadian actor, Gosling, lived with the U.S. singer's family during one season of the show. Rocky buying back his best friend. In the early days of his career, Sylvester Stallone was so poor that he sold his dog Butkus for $50. After striking it rich by selling the script for Rocky, Stallone bought him back at a markup, $3,000. Both Butkus and his interim owner made appearances in Rocky. Out of this world. Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars is one of the greatest names in showbiz, but he was actually born Peter Jean Hernandez. Bruno was his childhood nickname, because as a baby he was chubby like wrestler Bruno Sammartino, and he chose Mars because girls said he was out of this world. Really? Big spender Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage might be one of Hollywood's most outrageous spenders. Throughout his career, the Con Air actor has bought more than a dozen properties, including one of America's most haunted houses, 2 European castles, and an island in the Bahamas. But his strangest purchase? It's a tie between shrunken pygmy heads, a burial tomb, and a $150,000 pet octopus. He also reportedly owned 2 albino king cobra snakes as pets. He also bought an antidote, since king cobras are an especially venomous species of snake and he didn't want to die immediately if he ever got bit. He eventually gave them to a zoo. Liam Payne phobia of spoons. Plenty of celebrities have strange habits and even phobias, But One Direction singer Liam Payne might take the cake. He's afraid of spoons, specifically used, dirty spoons. Superstitious Serena. Tennis great Serena Williams attributes much of her success to superstition. She always takes her shower sandals down to the court, ties her shoelaces a certain way, and may even wear the same pair of socks for a whole tournament. She also bounces the ball the exact right amount of times, 5 before a first serve and twice before a second serve. David Bowie rainbow eyes. David Bowie was well known for his eyes, which were different colors or actually, just appear to be. In fact, one of his pupils was permanently dilated after his eyeball was scratched during a punch-up with a friend, creating the illusion of different colors. Rebel with a cause. What inspired Rebel Wilson to become an actress? Quite simply, malaria. At 17, she fell ill while in Zimbabwe on a year abroad, and hallucinated about winning an Oscar. The Pitch Perfect star later said she saw it as a sign about what she had to do with her life. Which one was your favorite? Did you know these facts before? Let us know in the comments section below, and make sure to like and share our video. Thanks for watching, see you soon.